Hi everyone, this is Jenny from InMotion Hosting, and today we're going over how to change your site URL in WordPress. Whether you're a WordPress seasoned veteran or you're just starting out on WordPress, we're going to go over 4 alternatives to changing your site URL. The first 2 methods are easy for novices and beginners, and the last 2 methods are great for advanced users or power users. So stick around till the end because we'll have something for everyone. Our support team is happy to go over these steps with you and make sure you are set up for success. Before you start the process, please make sure that you have the following done first. First, register your domain name. We offer domain registration right here at InMotion Hosting. Second, make sure you have DNS records. This can be done by adding your domain to your cPanel account. Ensure that you are using the same document root for both your old and new site URL. And third, make sure that your registered domain name is pointed to your host's name servers or has an A record that's pointed to your web server's IP address. If you've bought your domain name through InMotion Hosting, we've got you covered and you can just skip this step. Finally, before making any changes to your site, you should back up your site. In case you need to undo any changes, you can roll back your website to a point before that change. At InMotion Hosting, we have a few options available for backing up your website files. Okay, now let's get into how to change your site URL in WordPress. In this first, very easy method, we will change your site URL through your admin dashboard. Log into your WordPress admin dashboard. In the left side menu, locate Settings and click General from the flyout menu. Now, locate the WordPress address and site address boxes and paste your new URL. Make sure that you include the full URL, starting with https://. Scroll down and save your changes. For simple sites, this should work fine. However, for slightly more complex websites with multiple embedded links or references to different pages, stick around for our second method. In this method, we'll use the Search and Replace plugin. This will update your old site URL with the new one to help make sure that your new URL is referenced correctly throughout your website. We'll start by logging into your WordPress admin dashboard and locating plugins in your WordPress side menu. Click Add New Plugin. Then, in the search bar, type Search and Replace. You'll see a list of plugins to choose from. You're welcome to shop around, but for this video, we will use the plugin Better Search Replace. Click Install Now and then Activate and enable auto updates. Now you can go back to your side menu, look under Tools, and click on Better Search Replace to use the plugin. In the search box, type in your old URL, and in the Replace With box, type in your new URL. Make sure you include the full URL starting with https://. Select all the database tables shown by either Control left clicking or Command left clicking. We recommend doing a dry run first. You'll want to check Run as Dry Run so that you can see all the tables that include references to your old URL. Now click Run Search Replace. At the top, you'll see an overview of your dry run results. You can click for more details to find out exactly which portions of the database need to be updated with your new site URL. If everything looks good, we can uncheck the dry run and click Run Search Replace and watch the magic happen. And that should do it. Now we'll show you 2 more methods for advanced users that don't require access to your admin dashboard. The first method we'll go over is best for basic sites and requires you to edit your WP config file. The second method is, again, best for more complex websites and will be using the WP-CLI tool. Before we jump into these methods for updating your site URL, here's when these methods would be used. If you're an advanced user who's comfortable editing code, or if you no longer have access to your original website URL via a browser, but still have access to your website's files and database. Okay, let's dive into how to change your URL using the WP-config file method. First, log into cPanel and locate your file manager. Once you've clicked into your file manager, navigate to the location containing your WordPress install and open the wp-config.php file. If you need help finding the file location, contact support or review your domain's interface for relevant details. Select the file by left-clicking wp-config.php and left-click Edit in the navigation bar. You may see a pop-up confirming that you want to edit this file. Click Edit again. Look to see if you already have these settings by searching for the WP site URL or WP Home. If you have them, then you can simply update the reference with the new URL. If not, we will add these two variables to our WP config file. You can add them after the database variables, denoted by the DB prefixes, but for the sake of this example, we're going to add them right before. Be sure not to put a / at the end of your URL. Remember, using this method can be a quick solution to get access restored to your website under the new URL, but may not be a complete solution. You should make sure that all references to your new URL are updated correctly. As described in method 2, you can use the plugin Search and Replace from the admin dashboard, or stay tuned for this last method. Okay, now this last method, the WP-CLI method, is the most advanced way to change your site URL. This method is good for power users that don't want to use a plugin and don't want to edit the WP config file. And by the way, WP-CLI is a tool that's included on all of InMotion Hosting's managed servers. If you want to learn a little more about how to use WP-CLI, check out our resources below in our description. To start, you will need access to a command line interface, commonly referred to as CLI, and also be familiar with basic Linux commands like cd, ls, and pwd. We will use cPanel's built-in tool called Terminal. Once you've logged into cPanel, Terminal is located in the Advanced section. Using the cd command, we switch to the folder with the WordPress installation. Here I have used pwd and ls commands to ensure that I am in the correct folder for my WordPress installation. We'll first do a dry run to review the changes that we are about to make using the WP-CLI's command to search and update the site URL. Type WP space search hyphen replace space, and in single quotations, enter your old URL starting with https:// space, and in single quotations, type in your new URL space hyphen dry hyphen run. Make sure you don't have a trailing slash at the end of the URLs. Hit enter. You should now see a list of tables where your website may be referencing your old URL. In total, 33 replacements will be made to this database. For step 4, you'll hit the up arrow to copy our dry run command, but this time you'll delete the dry run part, then hit enter. With this command, you will update your old website URL to your new URL. Now you should be able to visit your website with the new URL and access the admin dashboard with the same username. You can even see the changes are reflected in the general settings. So there you have it, a comprehensive guide on how to change your site URL in WordPress. If this process still seems daunting, we have professional services that can either guide you or will perform this task for you. And for users on our new cutting-edge WordPress product, Platform InMotion handles your site URL changes, making the process a seamless experience. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more valuable content. Leave your comments and questions below, and we'll be happy to help. See you in the next video.